Okay, welcome back, my friends. We are now in part 2. If you haven't seen part 1, I highly suggest that you go check that out. You can find the link for part 1 here in the video and go back. But we're reading about Abraham and Sarah and the creation of our world. And we're just at the point now where we're getting to the story of creation of our world and actually how it all came about. So here we're going to continue on from where we left off in part 1. Each living world is under the dominion of a temple star, and the prince of the cherubim of each star is an Abram. Lo, the name of the Abram of our son is Abraham, which means father of a multitude. Thus, he is called Abraham the Abram. And the princess of the cherubim of each star is a Sarah. And the name of the Sarah of our son is Sarah, which means whirlwind. Thus, she is called Sarah the Sarah. Behold, Abraham and Sarah were sweet souls, whom had previously pierced the mother ovum. Understand, mother ovum is just another name for our universe. We literally live in an ovum. Our universe is an ovum of light. So they pierced that. So Abraham and Sarah, they've actually pierced the mother ovum and enjoyed a blessed day of play with Jaja, which is God and Goddess transcendental, in the heaven most high. Now, they had returned to the mother ovum to serve as hands of mercy under the Lord Christ Jade and Lady Christ Jana. And Jade and Jana gave to Abraham and Sarah a great work, the planting of a new star seed, and the seeds of its heavens and planets and creatures. And though Abraham and Sarah would plant and nurture the seeds, lo, only Jade and Jana were to create such seeds. For behold, those of the Lucifer rebellion had begun violating this and other precepts, and had thereby spread much evil and pain in many worlds. Yea, Lucifer, under the inspiration of Satan, had begun creating his own seeds, not of stars or worlds, for he had not that power, but of evil life forms that he seeded as weeds upon many worlds. Now, we just mentioned the word Satan. I want to read a footnote here just to give you an understanding of what Satan actually means. The Hebrew word Hellel, it's like H-E-L-E-L, has come into English via Latin as Lucifer. Both Hellel and Lucifer mean shining one. Nazarene tradition informs us that Lucifer, Hellel, was formerly a high-ranking cherub who embraced the dark side and became a servant of Satan. The Hebrew word Satan, pronounced Satan, means opponent or adversary and refers to the chief opponent of Jaja and Elohim. The ultimate Satan is non-being, the antithesis of Yah. In that sense, Satan is not merely a personality, but a way. That is, the antithesis of the way of Yahweh. The way of Satan is that which causes consciousness to contract rather than expand. Many personalities serve the dark side, the way of Satan, and one of them is the fallen cherub, Lucifer. But Nazarene tradition makes clear that there has emerged one particularly demonic entity, the Dark Lord who recruited Lucifer, that is so evil that he is referred to as Satan. Thus, ultimately, Satan is a way, but there is also a demonic entity that has emerged as the number one opponent of Yahweh and is thus called Satan. His goal is to enslave beings and to sustain himself by feeding off their life force. His favorite food is the emotional pain of other beings. He works to create circumstances that lead to emotional pain on many worlds, and that is his way of farming. Thus he is the king of parasites and is the lord of pain farmers. So, just continuing on here. But Abraham and Sarah were righteous and violated not the precepts of our Lord and Lady. Lo, they joyfully and willingly followed the instructions of King Jade and Queen Janah, and planted only the seed given to them. Yea, Abraham and Sarah, disciples of the Lord Christ and Lady Christ, were made overseers of the new star we call our sun, and they were given good seed to plant. When Abraham and Sarah came to this realm to assist the great work of Elohim, the realm was Bohu, a void, and they chanted the great invocation of Elohim, which is, "Let there be light." And they planted the star seed, which was the seed of our sun. As they watched the seed grow, they said, "It now emanates spiritual light into this darkness. It is good seed." And the birth of the spiritual light was during the first great day of the creation of our world. Then Abraham said to Sarah, "Now let the spiritual light form a body of light, which will be our temple." Sarah said, "Yes, I will plant the seed of air. It shall be the breath of life for the body of light." And she planted the seed of air, and the spiritual light emanated a body of fire. Abraham and Sarah said, "It is good seed," the second great day of the creation of our world. Then Abraham and Sarah cast into the body of fire the seed of water, so that vapor would come forth from the fire to become clouds, for they knew that they would make worlds that would need water. And vapors came forth and formed primal clouds. They said, "It is good seed." And that was the third great day of the creation of our world. And as the sun burned, it whirled through air, and the wind swirled. And into the wind Abraham and Sarah cast the seed of soil, and the wind began to form the small particles of soil into larger particles. Abraham and Sarah said, "This is good seed." And that was the fourth great day of the creation of our world. By the end of the fourth great day, some of the particles had combined to form large spheres. Abraham and Sarah chose the largest spheres to be the planets for this realm, and they chose one sphere to be the planet that would host the first heaven of this realm. Behold, that sphere was our world. Lo, Abraham and Sarah cast the seed of heavenly formation round our world. Then they cast the same kind of seed into 5 other places between our world and the sun, so that this realm would have 7 heavens. Yea, and the spiral stairway winds its way upward from the first heaven through each heaven unto the seventh heaven, which is the temple of light hidden within the sun. Okay, I'm going to stop right there, and then we're going to continue in part 3. I'm hoping you're finding this really, really interesting, and I'll see you over in part 3.